Hello, theater fans. This is Mr. DeLeo, the director of Statesmen Theater at Marshall High School, and I'm here with the 2021 theater season reveal. Wait a minute. Theater season? How's that going to work? We're all stuck at home for a while. Well, yes, we are. And when life gives you lemons, you're going to make some lemonade, and that's what we're going to do. So as the entire theater universe has shut down for the past couple of months, many of them have gone online, doing different forms of online productions, and that's what we're going to do too. Yeah, I know, it's not the same thing as what we've done before. We're not doing it in person, but we're going to try it. Now is the time to do new things. We will learn different skills. Will he be successful? I don't know, but it's worth trying. So that's what we're going to do. So we've got a couple plays coming up. I've got two things for the fall. The first fall play is an original comedy conceived for the Zoom atmosphere by myself and the amazing improv god Pete Bergen, who many of you have worked with at Thoreau and Kilmer Middle Schools and even here at Marshall High School. So when I looked at a number of Zoom plays online this summer, I found I really didn't like many of them. The problem for me was they were taking plays that were conceived to be on a stage, moving around, and people were seated in a small square, and they were very static and very boring and very difficult to watch. The plays that were most successful were things that were actually conceived for the Zoom environment, using people who were sitting in squares and using Zoom's disadvantages to their advantage. And that's what we're going to do here. We're going to create something new. So here's the basic premise. It takes place in a call center somewhere in America. We don't know what product they're selling yet, but they're telemarketers. And there's a boss an overbearing boss who calls in the three lowest salespeople. And he's giving them one last chance. He's basically having an audition, a survivor, if you will, in which the three of them have an hour to make various phone calls. They're given sales lists, and they have whoever makes the most amount of sales wins. And so as we conceive this, we're going to have kind of three people in the space, and then they'll go in and out with different calls, and then we'll have a bunch of callers calling in, cast members calling in as different characters. And it may be that they're characters we've developed in rehearsal. It may be that Pete and I are on cell phones, like texting people going, okay, now come in as this person. It may be truly improvised. We don't know yet. That's the kind of fun of creating something brand new. So I want to do this live. That was the big thing, is I didn't want to record it. I like the sort of danger with improv of this is taking place in a live universe that an audience is seeing. That makes it actual, real online theater. It's going to be the first 2 weekends in November. Performances at 7 o'clock. I don't know where we're going to stream it. We'll sort of figure that out. Auditions will be the week of September 21st through the 25th. It's like the third week of school. After school on Google Meet, I will post more details to come in the Statesmen Theater Schoology group. So stay tuned for details there. The second play of the season will be a radio play. This is a play called Machinal by Sophie Treadwell. If you were in my IB theater class, we read it last spring. I like this play a lot. There are not many plays by female authors that have survived prior to the 1940s. This is from the 20s. It is a kind of classic masterpiece of expressionism. It's a full-on tragedy, which I have not yet done at Marshall. I figured, the timing was right. I really like it because as we read it, it lends itself very well to radio theater. So it's about a young woman in the 1920s she goes to work and she is trying to do all those things that are supposed to bring her happiness, getting married, having kids. But she is finding that in the modern society, post-industrial revolution, that she is becoming dehumanized by modern society. And in the end, spoiler alert, she kills her husband and goes to jail. Fun for the whole family. It's a little bit grim, but I figured with this, the lesson that we get to do is we get to create drama just using our voices, like an old school radio play. I'm not sure when we're going to have auditions for that. I think it's going to be just voice auditions, possibly posted online, and then I'll do some callbacks probably the week after we do the improv show audition. So again, check the Statesmen Theater Schoology group for more details. And that brings us to the next play, the VHSL play. So for those of you who are new, the VHSL play, it's a one-act competition, a state competition, and it's usually held at the end of January. And so far, it's scheduled. They say it's happening. I'll believe it when I see it. That's why it's a question mark. If it happens, we'll know more by, I would say, Thanksgiving, if we're going back to school or not. So that's kind of a placeholder. If we are coming back and we will be able to have this mass group meeting, then I'll find something probably, over winter break. So this is a big question mark. I'm not sure it's going to happen. And last but not least, our annual spring musical, Xanadu. Yes, it's not gone yet. I think we are the only high school who is still committed to doing their musical from last year. That's because we didn't lose that many seniors. And so what will happen is we'll have re-auditions, meaning if you are in the play, you're still in the play. If you're happy with the part you have, you can stand pat. If you want to try for an upgrade, because some of the roles from seniors will now be open, you could try for an upgrade. So we will have re-auditions, we'll shuffle some things around, and hopefully we'll be back. If we're back in limited capacity, like one of the sort of opening phases, the governor said you can not have group meetings of more than 50. 50 is about the size of a play. If we can figure out how to do it with cast and crew of 50 and live stream it somehow, great, we'll try that. If not, if we're still at home, we'll figure out a virtual way to do it. But I'm committed to getting this play done this year. I think this is just a sort of silly, upbeat thing that the Marshall community needs. So hopefully we'll be back and we'll do it full on. So that's our theater season, folks. Like I said, we're going to try new things. We're going to do some different styles. We'll learn new things and we'll make amazing memories and cool performances as we have done in the past. So stay informed by checking the Statesmen Theater Schoology site for audition notices, for cast notices, crew notices, and follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and we look forward to seeing you either in our virtual stages or in our virtual or hopefully live audience. Thank you, folks.